Alright, so we have the styled page, but what we want to do is we want to have it linked to a style sheet. Right now the styles are written into the same page in the HTML, but we can separate them out from the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these styles, everything in between the style tags, and I'm going to say cut. Yikes. And then I'm going to get rid of these styles tags altogether. And then just to because I like torture, I'm going to go inside the design view and look, it looks horrible now. So what I want to do is I'm going to make a new page. I'm going to make it CSS, create. CSS can really just be a blank page, but Dreamweaver puts in this character set, and which apparently is important. And then also it puts in this comment, CSS comment, that just shows it's a CSS document. And for some reason I think that's good practice. I'm just not sure why, but I'm going to keep it that way. So I'm going to save this page as style CSS, and it's in the same folder with that other page that I formatted and everything. So now I'm going to go back to this index page, which still looks terrible, by the way. And inside the header, I'm going to put a link tag. And so we put link, and we use rel just to tell it's a style sheet. Style sheet. And then, most importantly, we find the style sheet with this href. And I'm going to browse to it, and it's called style CSS. We just made it. And then there's this helpful tag called media, and it tells it, for example, this will be on a computer screen, and that says you can put multiple style sheets and have each one apply depending on what kind of device it's playing on. But we're just going to go with the computer screen. So now if this worked correct, yeah, yay, we got all our styling back. Alright, so let's save this. And then let's do save as. And let's get a page. We'll call this page 2. And say save. Looks exactly the same. But let's say I got like 100 pages. And the problem is my boss tells me that I have to. So let's put this in a different window. Move to new window. And let's kind of look at them at the same time. And my boss tells me that he doesn't like the white font in the navigation and the footer. He'd like, and the link, he'd like that to turn to yellow. But I have 100 pages, and I don't really want to go through every page and turn the font to yellow. So luckily I've been smart enough to use style sheets, and I link it, the style sheet, and I have one style sheet that defines all those. So let's say I go in here where it says navigation. The A link in the navigation is the same as in the footer, and I'm going to change this color to, yikes. So let's do it again. Color, but this time let's choose this kind of pale yellow. And save it, and if it worked correctly, they're yellow on the index page, and lo and behold, they're also yellow on page 2. And of course we could see the same thing on the web. So you can see then in that tiny little example the advantage of linking to a style sheet. But the one thing you have to make sure, what gets a little crazy, before I stop, let me warn you about this one thing, and that is when I change that style sheet, you have to keep track of whether you're changing. I've got an index page, I've got a page 2, and I've got a style sheet. And if I change something on the style sheet, and I'm using the method where I'm transferring stuff over to the web, I have to remember lots of times, since it changed what it looks like on the HTML pages, your instinct is to move the HTML pages over. And you'll notice nothing changes because you have to move the style sheet over. And that's how you get change the styles on many pages. So don't forget to move the style sheet over to the web if you're using a method where you're FTing editing on your hard drive locally and then moving it to the web. But anyway, that's how you style multiple pages attached to and attached to a style sheet.